Ngicela kunivusela bazalwane egameni lika Jesu. It's good to be back. It's a new year. And ngibonga the opportunity to allow me to continue living my dream. It has forever been my dream to stand on many stages across the world. And today is just yet another day. It's a new year. Let's get down to business. I want to speak about the journey to excellence and mastery. Lokusihletila. Nangikhuluma nga excellence, ngikhuluma about paying attention to the small details labese savula sikhala kokuthi lokukhulu lobo solukuthandazela kungene. All right? The small details. Nasithi ke excellence and mastery. Mastery bekunene ngula khona you've gone beyond being good. La khona singacishe sisho kwengukuthi you are almost equivalent to a magician. To that level. A quick story, last week, bengisePitritif for a meeting. There's a company that wants to partner with us, bafuna spendeli training for their staff, basebenza emaplazini. So when I get there, siyakhuluma ke siyaxoxa nalamabhunu. Siyahamba as we're driving, sihamba lamasimini abo. Uyayimisa le moto as asangichazela the operations, uyehla, ngiyamlandzela, uma lansimini. As he's talking, uyaguqa ukha lo mhlabathi wenda so. Naga wenda so, uyasho kwengukuthi i-moisture yala is 42%. Uyasho kwengukuthi in the next few weeks sikufuna bete batawufaka manyolo. Uyasho kwengukuthi for this year, this is the last time kule cycle la khona batawusebenzisa le nsimu le. Funa bachinje. There's no laptop, there's no phone. Ubamba umhlabathi ngesandla. And he was able to tell what's going on nalo mhlabathi. That's mastery. Aren't you abon? That's mastery. When I'm looking at him, uyayibuka lensimu and uyakhomba, and you can tell beyond what has been taught, something bigger and something more masterful is operating ngekhatsi kuye. So what I've come to say to all of us here, he's no different from us. Siyafanana sonke. Your potential to become masterful is given at birth. At birth. Sonke lokusila. Lokudasehlukanisa ke with those that are masterful and those labakhuluma ngalaba masterful are these four things. Lengifuna khuluma ngato la. Uyangiva mos. The biggest problem lesinayo in this country and this continent. Angifuni kuya kulamanye mavi, funa kugcina la. We've got too many watchers and wishers, very few doers. Too many watchers. Siyabukela. Betile nyalo babengu who are excellent in the country angithi. Siyababukela. Siyababukela. And igele ngifuna khuluma ngako ke bazalwane sikubita the four barriers to excellence. Sonke sinawo amandla of becoming excellent and masterful. But there are these four things I want to speak about quickly. Letidakvimba kwengukuthi ungafiki, sonke singefika. The four things in the following order. Number one is your surrounding cultures. Siya sikubita ngema habits, imikhuba loyiyekelako lebese seyigcina seyitenda ngazuthi sewungiyo. Anthi ngiyavakala mos. Le mikhuba uyayiyekela into engazuthi inguwe ubese so uyayikhola lokuthi nawe ungiyo. Gan, you are not that. Your surrounding cultures, your habits. Number two, ngicela ulivisise kahle le sentence silibhale emabomu kanje. The people around you and their image and expectations of you. Ngiyavakala mos. The people around you and their image and expectations of you. Kuyendeka sihlale nebantu labanesithombe lesincane ngathi nalabakubhekile kithi kube kuncane. Kungako na ukhamka somiswa ukuthi uku top 10 ngalokho sibosola ungamemeteli bathi hawu nasicela la njani. The problem is, ukuthathela phansi. Angishebo? Uthathela phansi what people say, ikakhulu labadudane nawe. And the people next to you are teaching you a lesson about what they see about you. Ukuthatha ngathi joke. Number 3, the fear of failure. I wish we will have enough time ukuthi sigcine sifikile fear of failure. Fear of failure uhambisana nekuthi ingqondo isebenza njani. Kufuna nekusisebenze njani. And then number 4, lokuyakuvimba uqhubeke ube ngwatcha, not doer, is your own lack of self-confidence. Naku ke lokumnanzi. Bathi nasingakhenika lokulokungtrikala lokwesi4 kutathi khulula kona. If you can fix the first 3, your self-confidence, by the time sifika kulokwesi3 utabudiva nawe konguthi ngimke manje lo. Ngimke manje lo. Nasikhuluma about your surrounding cultures. Sikhuluma ngekuthi is these habits that you allow. Kuqhamuka kancane ukuyekele kungene. Kukungene nyalo kuthi abantu labang2 that are excellent. Not just in the church but in the country angithi. Now, phela sithi lesikudzingako luhlavana, it's just a small flame angithi, a small spark kuze uthi sipase umlilo. La sonveni need a spark already nemlilo. Anina spark already nemlilo nababang2, but your culture ikanjena ke manje that will cement you to praying forever and never seeing any change. Akusikuthi uNkulunkulu akasebenzi, you are a watcher, not a doer. You are a wisher, not a planner. Betile la, and they've said a few things, and I'm so amazed. Nang grade 7, uhlula form 5, public speaking. Yes, nanganyomla people at random, ungabukela kusisimba la, kuta la. Ungabukela, ungafuna simfake enqoleni. Etengayo la, grade 7, but is able to dominate the stage. My dear, you are well on your way to dominating the world stage. You are well on your way. As I speak to you, please listen to this incessant culture. Lefuna manje, kukukhongela la ukhona khona nyalo. Betile labang2, but you will notice, le culture lesayingenile thine, you will never want to be near them and find out from them nento enjani hamba nami. Lokusmela, we will justify why we are where we are, angithi. Asikaphiwa sonke sinje. Kwabo lokho, asikaphiwa sonke. Let me borrow you one line. What you get to defend, you will get to keep. What you defend, kokuthi kwabo, vele utelwe kahle, vele waphiwa ngisho njalo. You are justifying why you are not moving. You are young, but here's the beautiful thing. There's this thing called time. Esihamba lesikhathi lempili takutshela ukuthi kulesikhathi lesi bekufuna ngabe thine nawe sinemali lengaka but akwendeki. Kube all-night prayer after all-night prayer. It's no longer all-night prayers that are needed. It's a mentality shift to being a doer, not a watcher. A doer. Nyalo na babala, bonga babuta. But I know very well, no mangathiwa la, next week Sunday, we're doing extra lessons on how you can become an exceptional high performer. Because of your culture, you will give us reasons why you cannot attend. But also you will give me reasons why you want to remain the same. Angene ma messages sithandaza nabo. Angene ma rangers sithandaza nabo. But you will never, because of the habits you've allowed, you will never make yourself go and ask, uhambe njani la? Do you know that some of you here, if not many of you, it's not ngena letimoto. You see, your church has got all the ingredients of becoming great. It is what was given to you. Let's see. But because of the habits, you are khona kuyixisha lento. Kuthi no basebenta kahle. Watch as I'm speaking to you now. Your gift is trying to push through. There's a feeling of uncomfortability on it. Yes, allow for the process. Allow for the process. And as your gift is pushing through, it will tell you, when revenue, printout. Many of you are getting printouts of how you need to change. But because of the habits, you will remain the same. So what am I saying? Habit number 1, avoiding responsibility. Kubalekela kutsatsa irresponsibility lo msebenzi uthatha ungakatshelwa. Usiloku ngiyakwemukela lokho. Ngihamba nako. Kuhambisana ke with the fear of working. Lokwesaba umsebenzi. Anginvetele emaswati lamahle. Your original self ayiwesaba umsebenzi. Your original self ayiwesaba umsebenzi. But because we are watchers, umsebenzi awusavani nawo. But akuniketha a topic. Hamba niyofunza. TikTok comes first. Facebook comes second. The TV comes third. Your money and your future comes last. It comes last. Umsebenzi asivani nawo angithi. Your original self. There's a gentleman besendi training ngala Big Band a few weeks ago. We told of this gentleman aben groundsman kulesikolo. Aqhamuka jubachani. Nakaqetha kujubachani ajubi hedge anisele timbali bese sowusuka lati moto tabo thishela athi washe tonke. Angakaqelwa. Bahleka the watchers. Uzamanye Bhembe. Uzamanye Bhembe. Aqhubeke every week. Uthe wena umsebenzi wonke nasaqedzile athi washe tonke timoto bahleke. And then as life does it all the time. Kwafika transfer ya principal. Sekuthiwa kufuna buyele endalasifani ngoba bekulibhunu. Nyabathi ke laba thina sikhule nabo ke isimunye nabahamba qhamuka itruck lenkulu ilayishe konke. But this time around the principal left the entire furniture yendlu nemoto kulobeka jubachana. Ajubachana. I said this man is a symbol of excellence. Therefore mina naku the same watchers wente ngani. Uthwele lo. Uyaloya lo. Nyangiva kampi. In the interest of time, ngicela ukuthi wonke umuntu that calls themselves a member of this church from today, yekela kusaba kusebenta. Yekela kusaba kusebenta. Vuma, break free of that thing lekufuna ukuthi uyekele kusaba kusebenta. Nangikhuluma ke taking responsibility bekunene. My business partner nike nambona phila, he said something beautiful about his former school basemhlatane. Uthi they were trained ukuthi noma ngabe sifika kuphi nasi ngama prefects sikhanza kude lo siniki order, we assume control. Kuyawuze kufika umnikati wenzawo ke simtshele sesente nakho senta nakho so ungaqhubeka. If you want to go far, musakusaba kuthatha responsibility. Yeke the watchers will keep watching and talking whilst you do. Nyangivamos. So kusukela lamhlanje nake, stand out a bit different. Musa kufanana nabo bonke. It's a new year angithi. Sonke siku-0 angithi. If we want to see things improve, yekela kwesaba umsebenzi. Expect them to talk. Umsebenzi wabo. Expect them to talk. Uvalela uhleke kancane. Kuthi kuba bakhulumi bekutawusho ukuthi vele kude lenkwendako. Lokukhuluma is a sign ukuthi nembala siyembili. Sikanye kanye mos. In the interest of time, ngitawuthi kuwe the last part when it comes to the habits is this business of comparing. Of comparing yourself. Kunguthi lo yathi mina lendlela labagcoka ngayo labantu babonakala basembili. Quieten the mind. Bangeta baphethe ama-iPhone bafake amasuit lamasha. Basi possible ukuthi bantu babe ngu2 bakhule chronologically babe the same age, babe generations apart when it comes to ideas and knowledge. So no matter how they appear, know something great was planted inside you. Ngevakala mos. Ngicela khuluma nawe wena lo phela ukuthi compare uthi lo ngiyidetificate, lo ngiyite lama degree. Listen, what has been put inside you needs you to be a doer, not a comparison person. And then watch it make way for you. Ngevakala mos. Lana bekunene livalo siyalisusa. They say there's a beautiful thing that the army does. It does not eliminate fear, but it creates the ability to think and keep moving with the fear. Luvalo aliyophela liyohlala likhona. Kepha to remain cool and collected, to be able to think and process and move. In the kukhalihlavu ngala nangala akabaleke, I've been trained for this angithi. Exactly. Siyahamba ke manje. Ngifuna kungena la ku number 2. If I had something to show you pictures, kunesithombe la sendlovu. It's being attacked by 9 lions. 2 asavela sasemhlane. The caption there is, in the right company, anything is possible. In the right company, anything is possible. Ang 9 la mapubes. Alwa nalendlovu afuna kuyilahla phansi. I can assure you, nakudiscusswa singakayi kule ndlovu, kude lo thidita sehlula. Bekuthiwa senda njani. What am I saying? Please get this. It matters who you spend your time with. It matters. It matters. But psychology, environment will always win over time. Environment. Kungako bathi lomunye umntwana benda comparisons. Umntwana has got better chances of making it in life. Nakaqhamuka from a broken home but in a good neighborhood. Wherever the environment. As compared to umntwana who's coming from a good home but a broken neighborhood. The environment will win over time. You ungajima and raise your body temperature. Uyifake jacket. Ufake konke lokushisisako. But if you choose to live in a freezer, the fridge will win over time. If you are constantly with people who are reminding you why we can't get there, eventually you'll start believing it. Stop singing ingoma lokuthi kude umsebenzi kangwane. Kude kulabanye labangadadi. Now daddy when I work on yourself, phuma kumakwaya langasi akho. Some of you are not putting in applications because you've sung the song so much, you've believed it, angithi. You've believed it. You are defeated before you've started. Let's talk to you on your subjects. There is no subject that is difficult if you're with the right company. There is no mission that is impossible if you're with the right company. It matters who you're with. Kungako baphinza bathi environment will always defeat will. Ungaba motivated, ufunze the right things, ube in the right church. If uhlala with rotten apples around you, eventually they will infect you. So let me ask you now, who do you call your friend? And what are your targets for this year? Ngiyathi ngiyakwenyanyisa nyalo because for starters, need the target. You don't discuss that. You don't. Amongst your friends, what is your targeted aggregate for this end of term? We've got 7 weeks. In the next 3 weeks, test 1. In the next 3 weeks. In the next other 4 weeks, test 2. What are your targets? Alas, I make a mistake. You are a watcher, not a doer. A watcher. Lo nyaka ekhaya kakho angikhathali ukuthi unemali noma ude. Setting targets is free. Setting targets is free. When you understand the power that worketh within who? You. Yini lesifuna kuyenda la khaya lo nyaka? Asikakhulumi. Futhi siyoze sikhulume because yasethusa ngithi. Sisicala sekusethusa, then you bring in the familiar company that justifies mediocrity and you remain the same. Ngiyanibutha nyalo. What is the mark lo ifuna ngibe aggregate yakho? Kube bengikhona, I'll be taking you through an intense session. La khona siyahambisana. Konkuthi nasila suwela njani kuya ngale ebekunene. Yincumbi tinzawo la kufuneka people that are excellent. Nisenhlanhleni ke nine. Set your targets. Bese soyangisita ke ungidentify 3 habits you need to develop ukuze ufike kulo 70. 3 habits. Kumbula phela, you don't just choose. Having chosen, you then have to write down what habits do I need to develop kuze konkuthi lo kangifike kiko. Ihabit phela ifana newinch. Ngiyantibona leti moto lethamba tinelihuka la ngembili. Ithi nayibhajiwe akabashaya icingo. Uyehla khokhele lihuka nale cable. Ayoyifasela lela afuna kuphumela ngakhona. Abuyele lapha emotweni avale isivalo. Bese so uya pressa on sekuyamdonsa ke lokwe cable iyaphuma elisakeni iyalela ubeke khona. Habits are that winch. Some of us have been winched to poverty. It's the habits. Nyalo nangasiyekela TV, I make you uncomfortable. It's new. It's not nice, angithi. Which is not nice? A little uncomfortability for a few months before the habit kicks in, or several years with many applications and no response? Choose. Kungako ushito la libe bakhuluma tihlabani. Sisengingeni bazalwane ngekukhetha the good friends instead of the right friends. Ukhona nanolo good in spending time, good in watching things, good in becoming mediocre, good in talking about other people. Bese sekubanana balaba right. Laba sine ikhala lensimbi nga4, but sithine nawe mngani wami, ngeke sifuna kuya ku80 siyasala. Uyangiva? Ngicela khuluma nawe wena lo sengaqashwa. The right friend. Unang lo tawuthi noma bangakasiphendvuli, vuka siswenge mnganami. Siyangena indlu nendlwana sifuna umsebenzi asiyekele. Sitawubuya siphelelwe amandla entsambama sitawudududana, but nasiphenza futhi sibuyele amandla. Siyaswenga mnganami sibuyele ensimeni. Siyawufuna size siwuthole. Persistence pushes things to happen. That's the right friend, not the good one. Angikhulume nawe nangala. Some of us are going through situations. Bomake bacabene. Babe namake abekha uzange ubabone. Kulabanye silahlekele batali nelizinga lempilo through COVID angithi. Yes, but you are too in love with a good friend, not the right one. Phela wena bekufuna ngabe kubangiswana ngawe ngescholarship. Nakuqhamuka lama akho. Athi lawa do not discuss, do not debate, mnikeni. But you're spending too much time with a good friend. Check your choices. kosuhlala nabani lengicela kithi sonke ngicela nang right friend that will make you uncomfortable angithi bamba there will never be growth in comfort. Discomfort is necessary for growth. For those of you labasemakhaya labathi kuna andi kuna malume kuna make na babe lothatha kakhulu, they are creating the necessary conditions for excellence to appear. Allow the process. Nyangivamos. Allow it. Thina lesacela kusebenta with this boss lothatha all the time. Allow for the process. Kevakala mos. Allow the process. When you get rid of the pressure, you are not only getting rid of the problem, you are getting rid of the promise to prosper you. Musa kuibalekela hamba nayo. Then I want to come to the fear of failure. But see, we learn through making mistakes. If you are not making mistakes in the classroom, if you are not making mistakes, imfundo isengaqali ukuthinza. Kude lokufunzile. Kude. Awusindakuboleka ke na imvunulo yami. Nasi labasiboleka yona katseni. But embarrassment is the cost of entry into the league of the masterful and excellent. Embarrassment is the cost of entry. So what does that mean? If you're not willing to look like a foolish beginner, you will never, ever progress in becoming a master. Oh, but of course I make a mistake. We are there to watch. Angithi, ilona sosheka kakhulu. Abobinza. Yathi selabinza lona. Uyathi uyatazeka lona man. Nize niphakame emzala. Awuzame ukubinza man. Utawendani wena la namhlanje? Uyakhohlwa ukuthi kuloyo active learning is in progress. Active learning is in progress. Kungako phela ndawuthikini, the fear of failure iqhamuka eklasini, and that failure and that fear of failure is what will control your money. Wakuhlula kuseklasini akuyophinze kukubambe. Ngiyavakala Musa. Ngicela khuluma nathi thina lesisebenzako. Singene emhlanganweni. Uyatiwa. Nakuthiwa anything you need to add? Sesesiyathi. Nothing on my side. But inside you, the genius has an idea. Inside you, the genius has a question. There are no foolish questions. Buta, hluga, appear foolish in the beginning. Then you will graduate. Appear foolish in the beginning. Don't be too cute to learn. Don't be too sexy to learn. Ngicela le jazz la cute and sexy. Lishiye kedena ungena la kusetshenzwa khona. La siboma bhukudaka, udaka lo mali. Siboma bhukudaka thina lana vele kwethu kuhlele ku wrong, but uthi angivisa ngeexam, sihleka sodwana. That's how it works. That's how it works. So lengicela ke manje, nasibuyela le ngiside. Be the embarrassed one, angithi. The first few times utakudayela angithi. Emva kwaloko, the genius, the mastermind will take control. Ukuthi hayi songibidile sengivile sengikhona. You're praying for promotions, but you never step up nasikunika chance. Sonke la sifuna lokungcono angithi. Sonke. But mina ngithi ngitsinga nje kuhamba namakesho ngithi sikubukele nakusetshenzwa. Sikubukela nakuplanwa. Sibuka ukuthi ligalelo lakho linganani alikho. Many of us live in our minds, not on this earth. Lawyer, mayisokhuluma kakhulu shem. Uyahlupha la emsebenzini. Senguwe lo emva komhlangano ngithi. So dissect umhlangano wonke. Sikubuta ngedepartment wakho, nothing on my side. Sikanye kanye Musa. Awusengakuboleka. Here's what they say. We remember only 10% of what we read. Young Vamos. And we will remember 20% of what we hear. Sikanye kanye mos. Utawube sesawukhumbula 30% of what you see. Still together? And you'll remember 50% of what you see and what you hear. 50% bazalwane, you have not yet become a master, angit. You have not yet graduated into excellence. Angifuna kumalapho. Imvo letawuvimba wena singakubone phepheni. Usala kunaku lenchanza kukhuluma. You read only. Kulabanye benu you listen only. Kulabanye benu niye kuyobukela nekulalela. Angit. But here's how real learning works. This applies to all of us. You remember 70% of what you say and what you write. Nangabu seklasini emsebenzini kuthiwa ngu-active participation, willing to look foolish, but uyadike lapho konkuthi 70% uyasala la. Bese ke sebathi you remember 90% of what you do. What you do. What you do yini kuthiwa ngu-demonstrating, ngu-practice, ngu-study. You are doing it. Uyayikhumbula lembi ihlala kuwe all the time. But I make a mistake. We are watchers, not doers. 90%. So bazalwane asenginibuthe. Kunesithombe lesihle lenginaso. Sinelahashi, a powerful horse. Likhungelwe lelahashi esitulweni. Limile lelahashi obedient to the chair. A powerful horse. Likhungelwe esitulweni. Liyati nalo konkuthi base nje bakhaqeka la kusafaswa nakakhulu angithi. Kuyagaqa kuthiwe liyati lahashi through culture, through habit. Lesitulo lesi is more powerful than me. Plastic chair. I ask you now. Lihashi lana half of us nasingagibela ingolovane. Lingasidonsa without a problem. That's how powerful it is. In fact, nasikale mandla sithi horsepower. Angiyabo? You are as powerful as the horse. Ngidawucela ukuthi when you get a chance lamhlanje, ngicela ungibhalele phansi the chairs that are stopping you from growing. The chairs. La kuvimbako. Konguthi uphakamise inhloko, uphakamise umdlonga. Uthi akuhlale kunje. Because sonke la sinemandla emahashi. But isikhunga titulo del plastiki. Siyasethusa. Siyatesaba. What are those chairs? I'll tell you a few of mine. The first chair that I had, that I worked on many years ago, mina bengihlala ngemuva like I told you before. Ngiva ngazuthi I'm not smart enough kuba lambili until I started spending time with the right people. Labathi plastiki leli wena man asuke lapha siyembili. Nasuka sitembili. Nalapho situlo lesinye lebe singihlupha kwenguthi mosimina bangathi kwenguthi mina ngiclown angithi wena situlo sakho kungaba ukuthi nangikhuluma mina mosangafunzi angithi mosimina ngiqualify kuba la situlo leso akusilo iqiniso. Ufike njani ngaba kwafunzi? Ufike njani ngabe that was not yours? Ufike njani? So again, because I was spending time with the right people, with other lions, lebe basinesibuka lendlovu kuthiwa hey thulu lalele. Sitalikumba phasi lemvole. As soon as I got rid of those chairs, my self-confidence was automatic. Bengati. Nakune competition from as early as Form 3. Angmati number 2 in any competition. Because lesitulo sesukile ngithi. You've discovered yourself. Ungisithe kukhumbule emzalwane. As you change, you will interact with people abakwati from the old frequency. Lo, unjani lo, kanjani lo. Kumbula, the people around you with their image and expectations of you. There are some people, lesbayekela bangene, basifite chef with our permission. Ngifuna ukuvalelisa ngithi number 1, from today, mtadishe, hayi mbuke, mtadishe lo seqeleni kwakho. Nasikhuluma ngelanguage ye risk assessment, sithi asoba analyze before you give them a security clearance to enter your parliament of money. A security clearance. Because yena sibili, nguna ngilokufuna kubona ingakefiki le mali asisawubona Dr. Dlamini. Sisafunza lapho. Angisiyabona silesithombe la naso, sevele sesile angithi. Sawubona ye-advocate Mkhatshwa. Uhamba njani advocate? Siyongena ka form 2 kanye angithi. Siyangena sehle ekhumbini. Siya emsebenzini kamqashi ngithi mina yey. Sawubona chief procurement. Khamba njani? Usengakuboni mosangithi. It matters who you spend time with. It matters. Do they see you? Do they see you? Atlathi yathi ngithenge ngikubona man ngubona uJohn Citroli man uyendizeni wena. Angathi kanjani, that's the right person. That's the right person. But you can ungisiteke. Don't go looking for them. I've got a shortcut for you. Yiba nguye. Batasise bayavumbuka. Yiba nguye. Batasise bayavumbuka. You are in a powerful church. The time is right. The time is ripe. Umnyaka usasuka. Asishiksheni ngemadoda. Mina ngicela ukuthi nakhulunywa ngabest in the country, ngabest in the region. Kuqala kubukwe la. Nyangivamos. If it means shayelana nodwana, nine baleli bandla siyodadisha sodwana, let that be the case. Nangabe kufuna kwengukuthi sibe na small sessions 30 minutes la khona sikhona kwengukuthi hey wena Dr. Dlamini sawubona, just that alone is enough to power you to the next level. That's what we need. Environment wins over time. Ansiyabo? It wins over time. Kube besinesikhathi labo nabesilapheze sesiyakhuluma sithi as you climb higher basina uhlala ledulu letintsabeni yabona kubo Kilimanjaro nabo Mount Everest basi because of the height that altitude then creates its own weather system where lokwenteka lephasi no longer applies to us la. Inkosi sibusise sonke.